Welcome to Demons and Outlaws. I'm Sos the Ghost. I'm your host for the evening. Today we're going to check out this Piers Morgan, Alex Jones footage. In my opinion, Alex Jones broke his foot off in Piers Morgan's ass. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's get into this footage.
Anyone who's watched this show over the past few weeks knows I've taken a pretty strong stand on guns in America. It's not escaped the notice of supporters of gun rights, and it's led to a petition.
Does anybody see anything wrong with this and how ironic this is? Just from the start, this man has an English accent. He comes from the place that we won our independence from, and he's talking about our Second Amendment. My man, England is the last place that we would take advice from when it comes to our guns and our Second Amendment.
The White House official website, no less, is entitled, and I quote, "Deport British citizen Piers Morgan for attacking Second Amendment." Take a look. More than 104,000 people have signed it so far. And joining me now is one of the people behind the petition, Alex Jones. He's host of the Alex Jones Show. Welcome to you.
Piers, thanks for having me.
Why do you want to deport me?
Well, we did it as a way to bring attention to the fact that we have all of these foreigners and the Russian government, the official Chinese government. Mao said political power goes out of the barrel of a gun. He killed about 80 million people because he's the only guy that had the guns. So we did it to point out that this is globalism, and the mega banks that control the planet and brag that they've taken over, in Bloomberg, AP, Reuters, you name it, brag that they're going to get our guns as well. They've taken everybody's guns but the Swiss and the American people. And when they get our guns, they can have their world tyranny while the government buys 1.6 billion bullets, armored vehicles, tanks, helicopters, Predator drones, armed, now in U.S. skies.
He's bringing up a great point. The people that will point out these mass shootings are terrible, the Joe Bidens, all these people, everywhere they go with their family, they have security armed to the teeth. But you can't protect your family.
Being used to arrest people in North Dakota. The Second Amendment isn't there for duck hunting. It's there to protect us from tyrannical government and street thugs. Take the women in India. Your piece earlier on CNN I was watching during Anderson Cooper's show didn't tell you that the women of India have signed giant petitions to get firearms because the police can't and won't protect them. The answer is, hey, wait a minute, I have FBI crime statistics that come out a year late, 2011. 20+% crime drop in the last 9 years. Real violent crime, because more guns means less crime. Britain took the guns 15, 16 years ago, tripling of your overall violent crime. True, we have a higher gun violence level, but overall muggings, stabbings, deaths, those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Piers, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns.
He's cooking.
Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand?
I have seen YouTuber after YouTuber after reporter bash this man. Every time I've seen a video about Alex Jones, he never gets his just due. Now people are starting to open up to him because of Joe Rogan, Patrick Bet-David, but this man has been kicking the truth longer than almost anybody. I was a little one learning stuff from him. I've always hated the people that try to jump on somebody, bully somebody when they see everybody's against them. This man right here is a true patriot. Listen to the actual words that come out of his mouth. This is patriotism. Alex Jones is one of the premier patriots of this century. And to the powers that be, understand he touched and influenced hundreds of thousands, millions of people. You might think that you got him beat, but he sparked something in me. He sparked something in so many different people that never admit it, because people are so fake. They will never tell the truth of where they got their knowledge from. But I know people on the internet spitting facts that Alex Jones has been putting out since day one, and they don't give the credit. I give the credit. I'm from the Bronx. Where I'm from, we pay homage. Alex Jones led the way. This movement is not going to stop. You might think you got him, but younger ones like me and others, we're on the come up now. You got to deal with us now.
That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns. My family in the Texas Revolution against Santa Anna, my family was at the core on both sides starting that, because Santa Anna came to take the guns at Gonzales, Texas. Piers, Don't try what your ancestors did before. Why don't you come to America? I'll take you out shooting.
Talk
you
to
can become
'em.
an American and join the Republic.
You finished?
Yes, I am finished. You will not take my right. You go through background checks.
You
to get
hear?
guns. How about Prozac? You know the number one. Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, got to cut that off, don't you? Don't want to talk about the
Yeah,
U.S.
gotta
number
cut that
one
off.
cause of death is suicide now because they give people suicide
Calm
mass
down.
murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answer is give more money to the psychiatrists and psychologists to put more crazy people on drugs that make them kill people, Piers.
Let's try and have a debate here.
Yeah.
Answer me this question.
I'm sick of the same old script here, bud.
It's fine, bud. How many gun murders were there in America last year? Do you know?
There were about 11,458, and about 74% of those were gang-related, gangbangers shooting each other. You get 3.5 to 4,000.
that wasn't the
How
question.
many people died from infections in hospitals?
If I may just-
197,000.
Let me just ask you a second
That's
question.
right.
How many gun murders were there in Britain?
How
last
many
year?
great white sharks
How many
kill
gun
people
murders-
every year, but they're scared to swim?
Right. How many gun murders were there in Britain?
A
last year?
very low amount. I already went over those
How many?
statistics.
Do you know?
It was only a few hundred.
No. How many gun murders?
I actually did pull up the statistics. Here, let me pull them out right here. I figured you'd do that.
Gun murders
Oh,
in
wait.
Britain last year.
UK violent crime, capital of Europe. London Telegraph. Here, let me
It's
give you
quite
more.
a simple question.
Well, that's the oldest.
You're a very
that's the
loud man.
No, that's the
You
oldest
make a
Perry
lot of
Mason
noise.
tactic to ask me some little fact.
This is what I don't like about Piers Morgan. You got the nerve to be sitting here in our country, sticking your nose up at us when we defeated you, and you're sitting there acting like where you're from is better than where we're at. So why are you here? This is what kills me about all these people that hate America so much. Go wherever you think is better. Why didn't you stay over there if it's so much better than here? Think about that.
There's not a little fact to
I
it.
already said earlier,
talking about a
England has a
country-
lot lower gun crime rate because you took all the guns.
Let me try exactly my
But you've got
point.
hordes of people burning down cities and beating old women's brains out every day.
What a ridiculous
They arrest
statement.
people in England if they defend themselves. That's on record. My God, you've got
They
a
do it
total
in New
police
York.
state. Everybody's fleeing that country because you've had to flee here, bud.
Talk
Why
to
don't you tell
him.
folks? Yeah, you fled here. Why don't you go back and face the charges for the hacking scandal?
Answer this question. How many
Why'd you
gun-
get fired from the Daily
How
Mirror for putting
many-
out fake stories?
how
You're a hatchet
many-
man of the New World Order. You're a hatchet man. And I want to say this right here. You think you're a tough guy?
He's a puppet.
Have me back with a boxing ring in here, and I'll wear red, white, and blue, and you can wear your Jolly Roger.
Okay.
You know
Talk
what?
Let's
to
try
him,
again.
Alex.
How many gun murders were there
Oh, you're going to ban your fist now?
in Britain last year?
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin? I already went over those statistics.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
You said hundreds.
It's very low.
You said hundreds.
Yes.
It's actually 35.
Well, the point is you can
Against
sit
11.
So go over there.
Do you understand
Hey.
the difference between 11,000
Yeah, England
and
wants
35?
to ban knives now because tens of thousands are getting stabbed.
But do you understand
You're gonna ban
the
knives?
difference?
The knife
between
doesn't kill people.
Do you
The gun
understand?
doesn't kill people.
Yes.
Listen,
understand
do you
the difference
understand
between
you're not going to
35
pull on
and
America's
11,000?
heartstrings. They know your script, okay? You're not going to get our guns. By the way, you guys always say, we just want to take the semi-autos, okay, and all this other stuff. When semi-autos aren't even, rifles aren't even used, but in a fraction of the crimes, you can pull those numbers up, okay? No, hold on.
Well, let me ask you one question. Which weapon was predominantly used in the Aurora movie theatre shooting?
M4 AR-15 variants.
So it was a semi-automatic
Yes,
assault rifle.
again,
Okay,
but
next question.
statistically, it's very, very low.
That was. Do you agree it was the single biggest shooting in the history of America in terms
Alex
of
kicking
people
his
hit
ass.
by a shooter? Do you know that?
No, I believe that there were others. There's been some other shootings
it's not
with
a-
about over 30.
No, this was the single biggest mass shooting.
Well, listen, you're just
by-
going.
No,
there
I'm
have
just-
been bombings of
let
Wall
me-
Street.
Let me ask you a second
Are we
question.
going to listen? Why can't the
Let me
pilots
ask you
have
a second
firearms?
question. Alex,
We trust them to fly the planes.
Alex, you've had a lot to say.
No,
Just
my
answer
point
this
is the
question.
Second Amendment is sacrosanct,
Do you know?
and you're not.
Yes.
Do you know which weapon was used in the Oregon shopping mall mass shooting recently?
I understand that people who are mentally ill on all the
do you know
serotonin
what
reuptake
weapon?
inhibitors
Just
who
answer the
play these
question.
shoot 'em up games
Alex.
want to go out and do this.
Alex.
Because there's criminals, I don't
Alex.
lose my rights, Piers.
Alex.
Because there's
That's a
criminals,
fact.
I don't lose my rights.
Just answer the question.
Yeah.
Do you know?
That's what this dude doesn't understand. You don't lose your rights just because someone else does something. And what he's saying about the knives is true. People were getting killed years before guns were created. Like, if you took all the guns right now, people would be getting stabbed. It happens. It's happening in England. The stabbings are up ridiculously. So he's just an establishment shill push an agenda.
what the weapon used was.
Listen, let me ask you a question.
No, answer.
I've got the FBI
Alex.
statistics that, that
Okay.
the so-called semi-autos that you talk about.
Let's take a break. When we come back.
Again, you're not
He's
gonna
like, let's take a
violence-
break because
When we
he's
come
breaking
back,
his foot up
try
in your
and
ass.
Answer my question.
Yeah, all you're going to do is sit there and play little factoid questions. Overall crime's gone up
it's
over
about
20%. More.
Back now with Alex Jones. A man who says I should be deported for my stand on guns. So, Alex, here's how this is going to work, and it's entirely down to you. I'm going to ask you some questions in the spirit of a proper debate, and you've had a lot to say so far on the show, and a lot of it.
You're
aimed at me, which is
interviewing
fine.
him. He's
But I want you
supposed
try
to
and
say
answer the
things.
questions. It's a proper debate, okay? I'm not trying to trip you up.
No, it's not a debate. You're running the show. You bring in your victims up front.
Actually, no.
Look, you got your little note cards.
Yeah, okay.
I just gave you FBI statistics
Fine.
that violent crime
Alex,
and gun crime is down over 20%.
Alex, let me just ask you
And
this.
you want to go to little factoids.
No, they're not little
Anybody can pull
factoids.
those up. Listen.
Do you know what...
Do you have a bodyguard?
Alex.
Why do you have bodyguards?
I don't have a bodyguard.
Yeah, I've seen you on the news with them. Don't you
have
want
a
to protect
bodyguard.
your wife from hoodlums, or you want to call the police?
Let me ask you this question.
Why does Dianne Feinstein
Alex,
tell 60
Alex.
Minutes that she plans to try to take Mr. and Mrs. America's guns?
Stop
Have you seen that?
talking over me.
You
Let
guys
me-
want to disarm all of America.
No, I don't.
He has no wins for Alex. It's just little cues, and I want to bring up this point. I want to bring up this point. He has it all premeditated. He's getting his ass kicked. He's not as witty as people think.
Again, but
It's an-
statistically,
right.
they're using very low percentage of shootings,
but
period.
are you
but
seeing-
you guys,
are you seeing a
people wouldn't
pattern?
go swimming because the movie Jaws,
biggest-
even though great white
Alex,
sharks kill 5 people
Alex,
a year.
Alex.
You're trying to scare people.
Let me say something.
There's no metal shark in the water.
The same type of weapon was used in the last three
and that's right.
mass shootings.
And Hitler used semi-autos to
That's
kill
just
people.
fact.
Why would you
And
not?
so did Mao.
Why would you?
Why is the government arming
Why
to the
would you-
teeth against us?
Alex, I don't
What
know.
about Fast and Furious?
Alex,
why do our government ship guns
calm
into
down.
Mexico?
Alex.
To blame the Second Amendment?
Let's have a debate.
A false flag?
Alex.
To blame the
I get
Second Amendment?
accused. I get accused.
Why'd they blow up Building 7
Alex,
down the street here in
Alex,
New York?
I get accused when I get you guys on of talking over you, of being rude. I'm trying to be civil.
Yeah.
Right? You've got to try and
That's why
answer
he's
some of
doing
the
it to you.
questions, right? Here's my issue for you. Why do people need, civilians, need an AR-15 type assault rifle? Why do
They
you need
already
them?
said statistically they're using
But no,
a very
answer
low
the question.
amount of the crimes. That's an FBI fact.
This is what I don't like about these people. They think they're so smart. If you're so smart, you need to understand you are in America. We have a Second Amendment. It doesn't matter how big the gun is. It says it clearly. Shall not be infringed. Doesn't say, oh, you could have a handgun, but not a AR-15. It says, shall not be infringed. You get that, you dumb mother?
Used in the last three mass shootings.
Yes,
why do
I'll tell
people
you
need
why.
them?
Because they advertise it in the media. Anybody knows that if somebody jumps off the Empire State Building, they put cops up there the next day because copycats come to do it again. The media hypes and hypes and hypes.
that's not the question.
Don't just commit suicide.
Alex, why do people
They'll commit
need them?
suicide by killing a bunch of kids, and here's the gun to use
Alex,
because it's the one the U.S. Army uses.
Why do people need them?
They need them to protect us from the #1 killer in history. Government in the 20th century, university study out of Hawaii killed 292 million people. It's called democide. Google it, folks.
Do you believe everyone in America, should everyone in America,
Yes.
therefore, have,
Yes.
have an
Yes.
AR-15 if they want one?
Statistically, where there's more guns, there's lower crime. The highest crime is in Bloomberg,
But you have the most
controlled
guns
areas.
of any of the 23 richest countries in the world, and you have
Well,
11,000
America was born
gun
on
murders
guns
a
and
year.
whiskey.
Right, but
It's true we're a violent society.
Right, so you
but
accept that America
statistically,
has the most
knives
guns
kill
and the
3
most gun
times more.
murders.
Have you seen the FBI numbers? Knives, bats,
Let's
rocks
talk guns.
kill many
Let's
times
talk-
more.
Alex, let's talk
It's
about
not
the guns.
It's not the rock. It's not the
Right.
knife. When a mother chops
Alex,
her kids up with a cleaver because she's on
Alex,
serotonin.
tell me why I'm wrong.
Why don't
about
you
the
want to get rid of the drugs?
AR-15s.
Because they're half your
No,
sponsors?
stick to the subject.
America's #1 cause of unnatural death now is suicide.
Okay. Alex,
not
let's try
automobile
again.
accident, not cancer, not.
You
Listen,
accuse me of attacking the Second Amendment of the Constitution.
I want to
You
get
are.
people off pills that the insert says will make you commit suicide and kill people.
Alex, let's get about to the Second
I
Amendment.
want to blame
Alex,
the real culprit.
Alex.
Suicide pills.
Alex.
Mass murder pills.
Okay, let me ask you one question.
Get him, Alex.
Your
He's
belief
kicking
in
his
us, I'm wrong.
ass.
First time anybody's ever heard this, by the way.
Your belief, unless I'm wrong, is that under the Second Amendment, your real concern is that you will be overrun by a tyrannical regime, either from somewhere else
Yeah,
or
highway
from your own government.
checkpoints. Look at Mexico. Total gun ban for the citizens. Highest crime rate in the world. 57,000 people dead the last 5 years. Total gun ban for the citizens.
But you're
Switzerland has the lowest crime rate in Europe. Your country has the highest.
Alex, we have 35 gun murders a year. You have 11,000.
You people get their brains. It's the higher crime rate.
Let me ask you.
Violent crime is higher.
On this specific.
It's brains.
Alex,
it's people.
I'm trying to get inside your brains.
Piers,
it's
if
not
you punched me right now, it'd be not your fist, but your brain that did it.
Let me get inside your brain.
Okay.
Okay? I'm serious. You have a very, very big platform. You air, I think, on 63 networks.
No, that Wikipedia is like 10 years old. I'm on over 140 stations, XM.
Millions of Americans hear you
every day. Visitors to Infowars.com
today. And I
where we have the
your
statistics posted right now. Infowars.com.
Who do you believe was behind 9/11?
Oh, I absolutely know. I have the police on CNN saying, get back, they're going to blow up 7. I have BBC reporting.
Who do you believe is behind
I have the proof. I heard them on CBS Radio.
Who, Alex?
You know what kills me about this? This is Alex's theory. Why is it that Piers' theory is the truth? It's not. That's your opinion. You don't know what happened behind the scenes. He's saying what he feels in his heart he think happened. We have freedom of speech in this country. He's allowed to say he thinks the government was behind it. A lot of us think that.
They announced they blew up the towers on CBS Radio. New Yorkers all saw it and heard it.
Alex, who do you believe?
They blew up Building 7.
Alex, who do you believe was behind it? The American government?
Criminal elements of the military-industrial complex, the same ones that staged Gulf of Tonkin, the same ones that staged the mass shootings of Operation Gladio.
Right.
Ooh, the CIA don't like this now.
Do you mean that President Bush and his administration...
He's trying to catch him up. He already answered you.
I mean that even mainstream news reported that the hijackers were ordered to be allowed into the United States. Michael Springman, the head of the Visa Department, blew the whistle on that.
So the Bush administration was part of a conspiracy
well, he said never let us tolerate...
To murder
I can speak in this accent as well.
Yeah.
The
but is that
government,
what you believe?
Hitler firebombed his own Reichstag, Piers, to bring in martial law in Germany, April 27th, 1933. Governments have staged terror attacks throughout history or allowed terrorists to attack as a pretext to invade and enslave the populations. I probably own more than 50 firearms. Many of them have increased in value 2, 3, or even 4 times. I sleep very comfortably outside Austin, Texas, knowing that I can defend my family.
Okay, Alex Jones. This is
Infowars.com.
This is the man who wants to deport me from the country for wanting to get rid of...
No, it's to point out you're a foreigner,
yes.
red coat, here telling us what to do.
Whatever.
Go back to where they took the guns if you don't like it.
Listen, I'm sorry. Let me know what you think in the comments. Alex Jones broke his foot off in his ass. And if you've never seen Piers Morgan before, he always overtalks everybody and everything. So Alex had to do this. Any commentary that you'll ever hear about him, they'll always just frame it and try to make the person against him look better. But now you see, when you just let it play out and listen to the words, everybody else that ever reviewed him always did a hit piece. They bring up Sandy Hook. So what if he thought that Sandy Hook wasn't the real deal? That's his opinion. We have freedom of speech in this country. Whatever happened to those kids is terrible. But if he thought that maybe, he got some information thinking that something went wrong, that's his opinion. He's allowed to have an opinion. Freedom of speech still exists in this country. Let me know what you think in the comments. I gotta say, my man, Alex Jones, the OG, the one who put a lot of us on, and the reason why you got to deal with people like me and others, because a lot of people won't say it. They never tell the truth where they learn. I know people that I've heard things that Alex Jones said, and they reiterate it to their crowd and act like they don't even know who Alex Jones is, because people say it. They're like, oh yeah, I heard that on Alex Jones. They'll be like, oh, I don't listen to Alex Jones. You're lying. You learn from him. A lot of people have. Let's keep it real. The man is a patriot. They got him on one thing just to smear him, just because he was close to Trump. Let's call a spade a spade. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm tired of all the fakery. Thank you for tuning in to Demons and Outlaws. Get your Go Woke Go Broke shirts on www.demonsroad.com. Thank you for tuning in.